Hey everybody, it's Dr. Chacos with the Arthritis Solution, and today we're going to discuss pre-arthritis. How do you know if you have arthritis, or can you know before you even get arthritis? And to answer that question, we're going to talk about the body in a way to make sense of the progression through the arthritic changes. We need to know and understand structure, function, and morphology. Now, structure makes sense. Actually, hopefully we can swing the camera over here. Come with me for just a brief second. This might not flow effortlessly. We've spoken before in previous videos. If you haven't gone back, go back and watch those. This will make more sense. I'll be really quick. Structure. You should have a beautiful natural flowing curve. When it straightens, we've changed the structure of our spine. Okay, so we should have a certain structure. When we lose that structure, we start to lose the natural second phase, which is function. So let's come back across here. And so the body will start to function differently. So as long as we've got great structure and we keep ourselves mobile and active, we'll have great function. But pre-arthritis starts to see structural change. So that first loss of curve, that's called phase 1 degenerative change. And the reason it's phase 1, it's not yet a definitive arthritic diagnosis. It is a structural change that predisposes to arthritis. Now, the word predispose means is likely to create and may lead to at some point in the future if ignored or unaddressed. So that loss of curve, your structural change, is the first indication that you have or are leading to a degenerative change. The next is function. A disc is meant to move and allow the joints to pivot. So all of that should happen naturally. You should be able to, like me, bend and move and rotate and turn. And as long as you can do all of those things and you can function naturally, you have great mobility, then the joints and the discs are doing what they're meant to be doing. But if you have a squashed disc like this, if you have early stage degenerative changes where joints are no longer doing what they're meant to be doing, discs are no longer doing what they're meant to be doing, then your body will not function the way it is meant to function. And if it cannot disperse load, take shock or forces, then those forces are going to damage joints. And an accumulation of damage to the joints over time will lead to an arthritic or degenerative change. So, and then we'll progress more like this. So, structure and function. Now the third one is morphology. Will the bone change? Yes, it will over time. Ignored, all of these factors lead to this. And this is the morphological change, i.e. the bone itself starts to show the evidence of arthritic and degenerative change. That's the final end stage. You will be diagnosed with arthritis when you have bone spurs, joint inflammation, disc damage. So you will see morphological or the tissue changes in arthritis. So what's pre-arthritis? Pre-arthritis is when you cannot do what you expect your body to be able to do, i.e. there's functional restriction, when there are structural changes that will lead to extra load and forces on the body producing morphological changes. So pre-arthritis could be, I sit at a desk for a prolonged period of time, my posture's terrible. And if I took an x-ray, then we see the loss of those natural curves. Or a person that can't put their socks on easily or effortlessly, they find themselves stiff or aching in the morning and don't move the way they're meant to move. They're always trying to click their neck because there's so much build-up of tension within there. So, can you have pre-arthritis? Absolutely. Pre-arthritis is simply where are you on the continuum prior to a diagnosis with morphological changes, but after the point of having perfect health, perfect structure and perfect function. So that narrow gap between where things are not the way they're meant to be, you don't move or feel the way you're meant to feel, you don't have incredible health, energy, vitality, robustness, full functional capability, then left and ignored, you start to see those changes that get diagnosed as arthritis. But what you want to do, you want to address the symptoms and the signs of pre-arthritis before it produces these changes, because that is a long road back. This, not a long road back to get back to there. There's work to be done, certainly, but you can reclaim your health. You can reclaim your mobility, your structural shapes of your spine and discs, the functional capability of your body. Here to there, much easier. If you feel like you've got any of the signs and symptoms of pre-arthritis, go back, watch this series of videos to uncover what those signs and symptoms are. Then you can know whether you have that pre-arthritis signs and symptoms and whether you need to get checked, get to the chiropractor, get some x-rays, uncover the truth about what's happening with your health so that you can live your best life. Comment below if you've got any questions. We'd love to be able to help you to get clear on the picture of where you're at so that you can move in the direction of living the life you deserve.